Hi, welcome to my latest YouTube bike video, and it's new bike day. I haven't had a new bike since 2016. I've refurbished a few bikes over lockdown, but this is a brand new bike. And what is it? It's a Temple Adventure Disc 2. I was looking for a gravel bike because I did have a Molten TSR, and I sold that bike to buy this bike. So I'll be doing a few trials on this bike, but this is my first impressions. I unboxed it this morning. I'll give you a bit of a background on Temple Cycles. Temple Cycles are a Bristol based company, obviously in the UK, and they've been making bikes since 2014. And what I was looking for was like a traditional steel bike, because I recently gone back to a steel racing bike that I had refurbished, and I just really like the feel of it after riding carbon since 2006. So this is made out of good old Reynolds 725 tubing. You can just about make out the sticker there. So it's 725 and it's double butted tubing. What does that mean? That means in the middle of the tubes it's thinner, and at the end of the tubes where they do the brazing, it's slightly thicker gauged metal. It's a braze frame, it's not TIG welded. The head badge is specially made for Temple Cycles. As I said, they're based in Bristol, but there is a shop in London, in Shoreditch, and that's where I test rode one of these the first time. It's got a beautiful stem, Temple Cycles etched into the top there. I think these are made actually the stem and bars are made in the UK. It's got British built Hunt wheels, and these are the four season all road disc. It's got disc brakes, TRP mechanical disc brakes, and that is a bit of an advantage because if you're out on a trail and you've got hydraulic disc brakes and you split a hose or something like that, you're knackered. But with cable disc brakes you can fix it a little bit easier, I would have thought. The tyres, the standard tyres for this model are 35mm, but I went for slightly wider Paneracer Gravelkings in 38mm. If you want, you can fit mountain bike wheels to these bikes because there's loads of tyre clearance with the frame there. It's got a beautiful headset. I lowered the stem a bit because I wanted it a little bit lower. It's got the newer Shimano 105 2x system on it, and I must say it's really smooth compared to the 105 that I've got on my other bike, which is from 2016. Yeah, it's almost as smooth as Dura-Ace. It's an 11/34 rear cassette, and it's a 50/34 front chainring with a 1.7 2.5 cranks. You've got lots of bosses on the frame for fitting racks, mud guards, and every one of the Allen screws, they're top quality. I've had 2 bottle cages added to it. They don't come as standard. And I've got a Design pumping blue there. There's another bottle cage. There's another mounting point for a cage underneath the seat tube. Being a gravel bike, you've got longer rear stays. There's quite a bit of clearance there between the tyre and the seat post, so you can fit mountain bike wheels into this frame, 650Bs if you wanted, with wider tyres, but I think these will be more than good enough for myself. I did change one thing. I've ridden it, I've test rode it for about, I took it out on the farm tracks where I live and rode it for 2 or 3 miles. I didn't really get on with the saddle, so I changed it to my trusty Charge spoon saddle, and it's much smoother now. I also put the tyres up to about 60 psi, because most of my riding will be on the road with a little bit of bridleways now and again. But it's a quality looking product, and I must commend Temple for doing a great job in designing this bike. There's a bit of an issue with delivery times, but other than that, I must say that the team kept me well informed and updated in how long it would be before I got the bike. As for the frame, it is designed in England, but it's actually made in Vietnam, which was one of the reasons I had to wait a bit longer for it. They're powder coated in Cardiff though, and they're all the bikes are assembled in Bristol, and they're a new young company that maybe more people should be supporting in the UK. I put the bike on scales. It weighed 11.5 kilos with pedals and bottle cages, so not bad for a gravel bike. Why did I want to steal one? I believe if I do actually come a cropper on a trail on this bike and I do damage the frame, I can go to a local bike repairer, frame repairer, and get it repaired relatively cheaply. But if I went for carbon or even titanium, then it would be a lot more expensive to have that repaired. So that was one of my reasons for going to steel as well, besides the fact that the steel does give you a much smoother ride, I believe, than a carbon bike. So there you have it. That's my first impressions of the Temple Cycles Adventure Disc 2. I'll be doing an update in a couple of months to see where I'm at on this bike. But first impressions are, it's gorgeous. Thanks for watching my latest bike video. See you soon.